Mayday! We're under heavy fire! Base! I'll get down to nowhere! Ah!
Good morning, welcome to the Theology channel. Today I'm going over the T.T.E Mako. I have a hostile red ship down there for a firing test in just a moment, but for a bit of a size comparison, let's just get the blueprint of the red ship right next to the Mako. So barely bigger than the red ship, as you can clearly see. It does contain a lot of firepower and pretty heavy shielding, so let's go over the exterior first. Up at the front, as you can see, I've done the classic T.T.E coloring scheme, white and blue, a darker blue, preferred of course. It's got this little inlet and a little inlet there, blah blah blah. But the big addition to the normal Mako class is these large armor panels. And I added a little bit of a gantry. It's not functional, it just looks kind of nice and adds a little bit more, and you know, it looks cool. As you can see, I added a turret down there and a turret up there, 3x 300mm battle cannons. I've slapped on a couple more Vulcans and a battery, which was actually firing at the red ship, because I have its range turned up to 1.5 kilometers. Because that's the range I would normally want it to shoot from. I still got the rooms down there that you can see from the outside, and all that good stuff. It still has the antenna, still using thrusters. I added a bit more thrusters in more obvious locations for more maneuverability. I have side max. Added my small missile launchers like right there, just tucked in nicely, and has a decent fire arc, so I figured, you know, why not. And the main reason, especially this gun, it makes it much more effective against ground-based targets. Notice it's popping through the airlock. Pressurization isn't working the ship, and I'm working on why it isn't. Because from what I can tell, it absolutely should work in the ship. It's got a auto-repairing facility for the nanites. It's got teleporters to get you and throughout the ship. Let's check out the upper deck real quick. It's very similar to the deck we're currently on if you were to actually take a stroll throughout the hangar. And so we have this little bit of a hangar opening. Of this hangar, there's docking stations down here and up there, so you can fit up to 3 fighters in the hangar. When you take the gun trees across, obviously you can see down into the fighter area. It's a little protected, really nice. I like it a lot more than the normal catwalks. You have 6 cryopods, and then the teleporter, namely to get you back up front, but you could teleport wherever you want. And that second nanite facility, and then heavy shielding, and then our programmable block. I just threw spotlights wherever, because I didn't want to deal with all the interior lighting and causing glitches, so I figured fewer larger light sources is better than many small ones. Anyways, let's jump down onto this next level because we are in creative and we can afford to do that. So now we go down onto the... Am I crouching? Okay, no, I'm just moving awfully slow for no reason. So then we move over to here. We find a projector, no big deal. If we take back here, take a glance back here, we get the crew quarters, which is basically the same on the T.T.E or on the UNSC version of the Mako. Actually, is this why it's the picture? Nope, that isn't it. Then we have this large open area. We have the cargo bay. A little bit of a stairway up to this area. This is the engineering doors, and in here engineering section the exact same as on the UNSC Mako build that I posted a video on. And then we can take these back up. Let's actually walk some of it. And then... Okay, do you mind working? Thank you. And then as you can imagine, it just takes forever to get back up here, which is where we quite need to be. So let's take a gander on back over here. This staircase is just a continuous staircase all the way to the top and bottom of the ship. We've already been up, so let's go down to the bridge area. I've got a script going to give us the readout of the ship damage-wise. Leaked vents, again, that's just something I need to fix. I've already shown you guys the anti-boarding from the UNSC Mako. I reinforced the bridge walls using some blast doors. Anyways, that's just the entire overview of the ship. Let's see her out on the range. Let's open up with some Maks first. Just like one Mak, maybe 2 volleys of the Maks, and then we'll actually go in for some real fire. Alright, and second volley. Alright, now let's turn on those cannon batteries. I'm gonna pass right by the front of it. And you can already see the stuff already opening up. Turn dampeners off for now. Turn them back on. As you can tell, it's mainly best against, it's mainly meant to attack from the front, and so we will turn her back around forwards. Pretty good maneuverability for a ship of this caliber, I will say. And now from this camera, you can very easily see the amount of damage that we can actually do. And just since it's already going into a spin, no reason to take out spectator. May as well just stay in the ship and sort of look at the damage. We've pretty much crippled her. There's hull breaches on literally every deck, and that wasn't very much combat. That was about 10-20 seconds most. But there's already so much damage that this ship is almost completely inoperable. Actually, it is completely inoperable. Looks like we've actually 100% taken out her reactors, and indeed we have, and she's drifting towards the front of our ship now. Minor collision, and you can see those shields doing their work. Let's find the decoys and just show them on the HUD so that way you can easily see them really quick. Why aren't you doing the thing? Alright, there's the decoys all populating. I have them all around the support structures for the large armor pieces, and then also right up front underneath that armor piece. Again, mainly to ensure that the vital areas like the reactor room, which is basically straightforward here, and as you can see, none of the decoys are really on that area. And if you look at the side where that area is, it's similar to where the thrusters are. In this general area of the ship, that's where the reactor room is, and as you can see as we look at it from the side, there's not really any decoys right above that area. And also, even if it were, that area is readily enforced. Actually, I'm going to turn that off real quick because it's kind of annoying, but you get my point about the decoys that just draw some of the attention away from the vital components and back where I want them to be. I believe I took you through the primary airlock up here. Let's take you out the other side to show you that it's the exact same. Once again, this is the T.T.E Mako Mk.5. Figured I'd record the short video since I haven't posted any other updates on the ship. It's not exactly a super huge complicated ship, but it is a ship that I'm very proud of. It can dish out loads of damage and take loads of damage as well with those heavy shielding arrays. The small shield generators can recharge so fast that against small arms fire and even against most fighters, the ships can be very protected. And if you let those large shield generators charge up all the way to full, then it can even tank as if it were a full-on capital ship, even though it's only really designed to be a small corvette or maybe even a frigate for Space Engineer standards. Anyways, I think that's going to conclude my video on the T.T.E Mako class Corvette. Mark 5, there will be a Mark 6 through 10. I'll do a video for the 10th, and that is going to be the final version for the T.T.E Mako. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, smash that like button, maybe consider subscribing to the channel, and as always, I will see you in the next video.